Back in the spot, Marcus. What's up?
What is popping? What is happening? Let's talk about it. Last call. It's going to be a great show. Thank you all for tuning in. What is going on is
Well,
called out.
welcome to the show. Hell of a
Man,
show today. And what we talking about today? That's what everybody wants to know. I know that's why they're tuning in.
they're going to have to wait and see what we're talking about. When we get there, you're going to see exactly what we're talking about. It's definitely an interesting one. And yeah, it's something that needs to be talked about for sure, to say the least.
I think it's been avoided. A lot of circumstances are happening because of it. And I think if we paid more attention to it and actually spoke about it, we could steer people in other directions. You know, but thanks for joining Called Out today, everybody. We've been missing y'all.
Definitely been missing everybody. What's going on, Holly? Thank you for tuning in, like always. So, yeah, Chris,
What's
what's
popping?
going on, man? What
Man,
is what's going on? What's good?
what's popping? What's popping? What's popping? We had a few shows last week, and what's popping. We talk about the hottest show that we feel turned out last week. Before we get to the hottest show, we give some little recognition to the other shows that did pop out. A few of those shows we had the PNBA World Cup. A few guys showed out for that. As soon as we get the rankings in from that show, we'll update our list for our PNBA guys. We also had the WNBF Monster Mash.
Mhm.
We've seen our guy Johnny Dotson go up against Chris Elkins. Was able to
Chris is
walk
a
away with the
beast.
champion of the first place overall.
Yeah.
He's getting ready for Worlds coming up. What else we got going on this weekend, bro?
What up, Q? What's up, Q? Yeah, we'll talk about last call. We haven't we're not doing Melvin. What up? We're not doing a
What's good,
update to the
man?
list right now, but if they stay in tune, they stay abreast with what is happening. If they really want to top the top of these charts and stay relevant within inside of that top 10, that'll be what's coming up for the last call. When we say last call, we're not talking about for alcohol, but we are talking about last call
Not for the
for
alcohol.
we're talking about last call for
It's
those
like,
points. You want to top the top 10, you want to get your pro membership paid for, you want to get your first entry of your show paid for, last call. Stay tuned for the end of the
you want to
series,
become a
last call.
sponsored athlete. If you're looking to become a sponsored athlete, we're just going to put it like that. You got your last call. We're going to get to at the end of the show. We'll let you know which shows are picking up steam at the end of the year, so you can get your last placings and points in. And these lists, man, whew, these top tens is getting a
Need
little
it.
whiffy out there. So we
Facts.
also had that SMBF show, the grand finale. I want
Mhm.
to reach out to anybody that's in that organization. I was scanning, I was surfing the web all weekend. I couldn't find any results for you guys. So somebody please reach out, let us know. Help get you guys on our list as well. But what was popping was that USBF show. I'm not gonna lie. USBF championships?
That's what was popping. That's what was
Appreciate it,
popping.
Alex. Yes, that
Yeah,
was definitely popping this week, and we were
yeah.
looking forward to it.
A lot of the guys that we've seen and females alike, a lot of athletes we've been tracking and trending and following this year actually are popping up. You see people getting higher in the rankings. You see people, uh, winning the big one that we'll talk about, we'll get to. But it's just exciting to see athletes, to see everybody just rocking the stage, showing back up, creating matchups, and doing a thing. I love it.
Putting on shows. Putting on shows, bro. Showtime. Congratulations, my man. My boy jumped out. Is he top three yet?
I have to count. I have to count his numbers. I'm not the smartest man. I can't do all the numbers, but shout out to my man Showtime. That individual
Showtime
though,
was
the individual.
that's the performance. That was nothing short of a performance. That's what we
Agreed.
call that. That wasn't even a routine.
That was
That
a show.
that performance
That was a
that you
show.
put on was immaculate.
Holy
I'm
smokes.
gonna leave Showtime's performance up there with our boy Quentin. You remember Q's performance, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Quentin, man. Q is a beast with the perform. I need see a lot of people have like you can do posing coaching and then you can do like performance coaching. Like if you want to
Uh-huh.
perform, you need to reach out to those two guys. They got the answers for that for sure.
The swag, the showmanship is there. So Showtime went up in a stacked men's physique line. You
He
know,
did.
he we talked about it last week. It was either Team Showtime or Team Brickhouse. I was Team Brickhouse, and Team Showtime walked away. What'd you think going into that men's physique?
That's what we should start doing. Now, hopefully I don't get knifed up for this, but you know how like ESPN they kind of they put their name in the hat, they vote, they cast their votes for who's going to win. We got to start doing that when we come to these competitions, right? So I was right. So if I was keeping track and keeping numbers, one for me, I'm 1-0, you're 0 for 1 in terms of calling a call.
Yeah, you got this one. We see you catch the next one.
But man, Showtime, the lineup was stacked. You had a few wild cards that was in there, I believe. Um, what's his name?
Colin,
Colin. Yeah, Colin Poe.
Powell,
He
Powell,
Powell
oh
Poe.
Poe, Powell, one of
He
those.
shocked a lot of people and came in second place. So
Very.
and then you obviously had Warren that came in third, but still brought a very stacked, great physique. The lineup was great, all in all. So he definitely had to perform his way into first place, and he did just that.
So I had Brickhouse going in. Do you think him competing the week before had anything to do with, placing a couple spots less?
You know,
That boy Colin the second from the left,
you know how
Showtime in the middle.
these things are so, when it comes to these shows, they're so just look how thick Showtime is in the back. Oh my goodness.
His back,
It's
where is his
hard.
waist?
It's hard to beat that, man.
That
It's
man's
hard
waist
to
is
beat. And look,
non-existent.
you see how he like did a toe tap over he
You see
swept
the
his
toe tap?
toe and he toe tapped his way. It's the small things that I look at with Posey. He spent around in a quarter turn and toe tapped his way into
Stop.
this this
What is your
this
man on the all the way at the end doing, bro? What's going on out there to the right side? The
all the way
bicep
to the right,
flexing.
far right.
Yeah, what is that?
He's finding his way. He's finding his way. Looks like, yeah, he got moved. Yeah, this is
My boy
interesting.
Showtime.
Hey, the lineup. Obviously, this is probably toward the end of the. If Showtime is moving us to the
Yeah,
outside, this is the
yeah.
judging is
I
probably
like
over.
that little step forward and slide back. Showtime does.
Oh yeah, I'm taking notes.
I,
Listen, I'm telling
I,
Showtime right now. When we line up for the Florida Pro, if
you
that foot
step on
comes
my
out,
toes, it's a
listen.
problem.
I'm going to step on that man. If he puts that foot out in front of me, Showtime, if you're watching right now, if you put that foot out in front of me, sir,
You gonna
my
fall,
first
brother.
move, I'm stepping forward. So
He,
if you happen to put your foot in front of me, you might get stepped on, sir. I like the
he might
moves.
get sweep kicked. I'm sorry.
I like the moves though. I love it. But being the vet that I am, we gotta take every angle, right? But
Yeah, we're not gonna be playing footsies on stage, brother.
I
I
love it.
seen that. I said, ooh.
But look,
Yeah,
I
but
tell you
that,
what, the lineup was stacked. Shout out to even Warren, man. He, when it comes to showing up with even a show, just before everyone's so different, and every peak is going to be different. I know it sounds crazy, like well, it's only a week, but a lot of things could change in a week for the good, or or
yeah,
or maybe not. So
yes, sir.
that's where your protocols have to be very, very in tune and dialed in to just get your best
Sweep the
best look.
leg.
Yeah. That's why we
I'm
call it a
anxious to
boutique.
see how our boy handles the back to back this week. You got
So
Team
Keith
Showtime
is
going up for the back to back again.
uh,
There you go for him. So Keith is peaking 2 times this time. I'm wondering to see how he handles it. I seen him day one. I was watching him. He did a little bit partying. And I hit him. I say, yo, come on, bro, let's get back to it. You got Universe to win. The next day, I seen him with the garbage bag on top of him in this on the treadmill. You know what time it is. I think he'll be ready. Good luck to you, bro, in the next one.
I know
All
he'll
right.
be ready, man. I mean, come on, we talking about Showtime here. So
Showtime in 5.
just me personally, when I went from the Mr. America to the Yorton, it wasn't really a it wasn't hard. It actually was a uh, it was right in sync.
I
It was
remember
right in sync.
we spoke about that. You said it helped you out a lot.
Everyone's going to be different though. I'll just say that.
So besides the men's physique, where we had Showtime walk away with first place, our boy Colin Poe or Powell, however we're gonna pronounce that, and Warren House
Foul
walk away
card.
with the top three.
Foul
Warren
cards.
House earned him a point in that show. I think it moved him up in the top 10 a little bit. You know,
Sure.
your boy, our boy Showtime went out for some redemption. He moved back up in the charts. He jumped back into the top 5, and he's
Yes.
shooting again this weekend. So we can see him as one of those top 3 finishers at the end of the season.
I ranked
Besides that men's
Showtime top
physique,
three for sure. I ranked Showtime top three at the end of the
easy,
season after this. So I think this
easy.
last show got Showtime up at least in the top four. I want to say he's
Top
top four
4.
right now. After this weekend, all due respect to all the competitors are showing up. Showtime is going to be hard to beat. Hey, maybe he'd be at least number two behind. Yeah.
I wonder if Mr. Universe is going. I just want to know, is he going?
Haven't heard anything.
You still blocked, that's why.
Haven't heard
But the only
anything.
time, besides men's physique, they also had some other great classes. Bodybuilding came out, and Gregory McBride walked away with a $5,000 cash prize. Uh, who else was there? It was very interesting. I
So
know
we have
previous guy, Ukbe, Ukbe,
you got it.
I got it.
You got it.
You know what I'm
The
talking
name.
about. Ugbe. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Ugbe. You got it. You got it. Our boy Ugbe, he was there. I believe Corey was there also, correct?
Corey Brown. That I'm not since the live has been taken down, I
Yes.
can't go back and see it all. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Corey Brown was there. I remember him specifically. I think the announcer was beating, not the announcer, the commentator. She was beating him up a little bit. I think she had high expectations of being Mr. America. And it was like she was overly critical. I was like, stop beating my guy up. But he did a great job. Our boy Jeff Cook was there. Second place, Daniel,
Daniel
correct?
Kennedy. Yep.
He looked amazing. I think that's him in the green shorts, second from the left.
Hmm.
You know who really surprised me in this class as
Who's
well?
that?
Jeff.
Jeff Cook.
Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I spoke about him last week, and I thought he was doing really good when it came to like classic. But once he got into this lineup, I seen him really doing good as the bodybuilder. It looked really good. He looked really good to me up here. I
Yeah.
guess it's like you say the stage that you get on.
Stage that you're on. That's a fact. I'm just liking uh Michael Pucci's journey right now. For Mr. America,
It,
even competing with some guys who he's competed with in the past this year and is able to kind of place up higher. Remember, Cook beat him at or place higher rather than him at the Mr. America, and here he is standing on the USBF stage. What a month out, month away, and placing higher. So kudos to Michael Pucci for actually doing it, man, progressing in the season, walking away with that third place. We'll see how well he does for. I know he's getting ready this weekend for the Natural Olympia, so we'll see how he does
okay,
there.
that's a big one coming up too.
Uh,
Bodybuilding was a great class. You got your top 3 there. Uh, what was next, brother? I think bikini.
bikini, bikini, Alana
Stand out.
Coolman,
Stand out. Stand
Alana
out.
Coolman. So she definitely took that class. Very, very tough competitor. I was kind of looked her up and did some more research on her. Holy smoke, she's been on a run this year.
Yes, sir. She's in the top three right now in the top 10.
Hmm.
She started off the year, if I'm not mistaken, at the Mr. and Mrs. Ohio, placing first at that show. Stepped up to the second show where she placed second
Hmm.
and came back. What was the second show?
The
The
Natty
Natty
Revolution.
Revolution,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
Michigan State, I believe. She
That's right.
placed second over there and then came back at the USBF. And she came for the big check, walked away with 5,000.
Five
Miss Oakley looked,
thousand.
they gave out a lot of money here, bro. I think it was
Definitely.
5, 2, and then 1. That's 8,000 a class.
Facts.
You need to be at this show next year.
Yeah, man, it definitely is enticing. It's definitely something that should be talked about. Um, but I can tell you that I just love the run to see her from 1 to 2. You could say I think it's safe to say she's if she her trend is top 3. Now, here's what's most impressive when we talk about what stage you're standing on. She's not beating 3 competitors, 4 competitors. She's standing on a stage with 10 plus competitors. Phenomenal.
And walking away.
And
Her
walking away.
conditioning was amazing.
Uh,
Very style, grace. Big shout out to Lacey Oakley also. She looked amazing too. It was a great
Definitely.
class. It was a
Great class.
very
Shout
great
out, you
class.
know what, man? Shout out to Body Bags, the
Yes,
sponsor
sir.
for bikini. Shout out
Uh,
to Body Bags. She may be on the top of that
bodybagsgear.com.
list. She may be on the top of that list as a sponsor with
Sponsored
Body Bags, or
athlete.
at least, yeah. So hey,
So,
keep
so
going.
it, that's one of the top tens that are looking like a fight to the end.
Facts.
So it's a very close first and a second, and it's rough because Miss Alana, I think she has another show set up. She
Ooh,
should be at Sandoz coming up at the MPF Sandoz,
ooh,
and it looks like they can turn that into a super show if it's enough.
ooh.
If that's a super show, she's going to clinch that first place spot, and
Oh
she should
my.
be the sponsored athlete. Once again, big shout out Body Bags.
Jessica may want to make a trip out to Ohio.
Oh, and
Uh-oh.
you see
She
her
may have
posing every day, so she's stage ready at any point.
That's going to be interesting. It's going to be
Body
definitely
Bags,
interesting.
once again, that sponsorship is going to include entry to the first pro show and your paid pro membership to the organization of your choice.
Boom.
Top 10. And the last show of the season is December 4th. We should have our winners before the end of the year. Right?
It will look will absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll address
Figure.
that one right down for the last call. But yeah,
Reserve figure.
figures next.
Miss
Figures
Courtney
next.
Spade.
She
Amazing.
was facts. She was she was
Flawless.
tough. She was tough. And this was also a tough class. I mean, very small things had to separate these athletes apart. And this top 3, number one at
Amazing.
any show in America, they can go and take it across the country. So definitely high
So our
quality
top three here,
athletes. Yeah.
definitely. Our top three here, we had Courtney Spade walk off in first. Now I wasn't able to catch, second place name, but I'm gonna say AKA or her Instagram handle is T underscore Fitty, Fitty. I did a little research on T underscore Fitty myself, and I was able to discover this was her second show. Her first show was a couple weeks to a couple months ago, an OCB show. So she's an OCB pro. She earned her pro card at the Viking. And this was her second show. She placed second at her first pro show. That's an outstanding accomplishment. Third place, we had Miriam Cook, and she just keeps showing up. I think any show you place her in, she's top 3 anytime.
You see Cook show up on a card. You got to bring it. I'm sorry. You
He
see
says you
Cook
got
show
to
up on a
bring it.
card. You got to bring it. I'm sorry. This is no easy feat right there. I'm telling you right now, you have to be lights out to beat Marion Cook. I'm sorry. And these other two athletes here, Miss Spaeth, uh, Miss Fitty,
Miss Fitty.
they were phenomenal. They had to be phenomenal to do it. But I mean, top of the line class right here. You can't get any better than what we're looking at right now on that stage.
Nah, top of the top. They definitely put out some competition at the United States Championships for the USBF. And this was the first year they did this show, correct?
Yeah, they definitely made the noise that they needed to make. Um, definitely looked like a red carpet event to me. At least the payout was. For
The
sure.
payout the payout looks enticing. It makes you want to go. And our women's bodybuilder winner was Jill. I had it before. You got to say it, Marcus. I'm not going to mess it up.
Oh, he gonna do it to me. I have
Yeah.
women's bodybuilder
Everybody hates Chris.
Jill Kalavasky. We'll say it that way, Jill Kalavasky. But yeah,
We
another
weren't able to
member
catch
of the
the other.
class.
Oh my! We weren't able to catch the other young lady's name. The stream. Maybe somebody could tell us why they took it down. We tried to reference it, play a little footage from it. We weren't able to capture it. Maybe next time I'll screen record the whole thing,
Second
or just
place
put Mark.
was Nicole
Oh,
Goodnow. Second place was
got it.
Nicole. And third place is actually on she's on our top 10 list.
I was gonna say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
She looks
very.
familiar.
Mhm, mhm. And the only reason that we kind of were that there's not many of the bodybuilders that have this class. So kudos to the USBF for making having that category and and providing that the stage for these athletes to showcase. So kudos.
All in all, I feel the USBF they put on a pretty good show. It looked pretty organized. The lighting was on point. It looked like they gave out some bags, and that's always a plus.
Yeah, but kudos. And maybe we can get us a women's bodybuilding sponsor. Shout out to that figure sponsor too,
Who's
2020
that?
nutrition,
What
2020
do they do?
nutrition.
What do they do
uh,
over there?
we're doing evidence-based coaching, contest prep, meal prep, nutrition accountability, and also posing. So you have it here, the full. But
So
we're
you need a
looking at.
posing coach, 2020.
Let's go.
You need a
Let's-
nutrition coach, 2020. Do you need to learn how to win a championship? 2020
2020.
nutrition is the place to be. So
Yes,
big shout
yes,
out to
yes.
our figure sponsor, 2020 Nutrition, who will be providing, once again, another paid pro membership, as well as entry to the first pro show of the young lady who actually walks away with figure top 10 first place.
That was going to be a race as well.
Uh-oh. Oh,
So,
yeah, that one's, I don't think, I think it's a couple of them that's not really racing. I think they're like far ahead. Like classic is just like out of here right now, brother. I don't think anybody's catching that, man.
nah, not at all.
Okay, but that was it was a heck of a show. Like I said, in my opinion, the USBF. I definitely I was in the comments. I like the commentator. Some people did. They said she was annoying. I felt she screamed a little bit too much. The last contestant was also Mary Sue that placed third place. It was Mary Sue.
Got it.
Um,
Thank you, Chris.
but yeah, no problem, brother. I was just trying to do a little research on the ins and outs. But the commentator, a few people didn't like her. I did. I was able to get a little background information on some of the other athletes. The cheering in my ear, yeah, I could kind of go without that. But as far as being informative and letting us know what was going on, it was really appreciative. I enjoyed it. But I don't think anyone likes anyone yelling in their ear.
I
as
agree.
exciting
Hope
as
I
it can
didn't do
be.
any yelling. I had to step away from the mic this weekend and do all of my yelling. You heard me yelling from the outside of the mic, if I'm not mistaken.
I was going to talk about y'all before we actually talk about it. The stage setup was amazing. The venue was perfect, but a bad seat. What the venue was perfect. Not a bad seat in the house, maybe.
Nice.
But I wanted to talk about that show because that was also popping this weekend. We seen the whole team out in Tampa.
Yeah,
You know,
we had Jan out. He did a he was he was Barry White on the mic.
it was like, hello,
Gotta
ladies
love it,
and gentlemen. Voice said,
man.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. I'm in the building. I love hearing you guys. I was upset I wasn't with you guys because I felt like I would have been very excited to be part of the energy that you guys create. But it looked amazing down there. You guys held it down. Sammy, great job as always. Marcus, bro, I felt like I was watching ESPN.
Thank
And
you,
this
man.
needs to be the standard,
Blessings,
man.
blessings, man.
You know, I'm not cocky and arrogant. I usually don't watch the amateurs, but when subculture was in the building, I watched those amateurs.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to the new pro that came out of that show as well. Frank,
Frank. Yeah, Frank was the men's physique. Frank was the men's physique. He did phenomenal. We did a great job just coasting and uh, catching and hosting the entire event from top to bottom. Uh, this wasn't a low profile amateur event at all. These were high quality athletes. All the pros that were made pros this weekend
they
deserved to
deserved
be
it.
a pro, hands down.
Big
Everyone
shout
from
out to the
top
young
to
lady that
bottom.
walked away with everything too.
Everything,
Everything.
everything. Debut bikini,
Congratulations.
debut novice bikini, masters pro card bikini, uh, open bikini. Shout out,
Bikini.
shout out
Big
to
shout.
Lena Wilburn. Shout
Big
out,
shout out to
shout
her
out Lena,
coach.
and shout out to her coach. Her coach was 2020 nutrition. Shout out for the phenomenal job that we did. So, but in all seriousness, it was a great event from top to bottom. Shout out to Sammy. She was on the what we call the ones and twos. She was all over the place. She's like I caught her down like she was down at the stage, like catching like front view. She come back. You know what? She was telling me what to do, and I'm like, okay, I'm hitting buttons on the screen. I felt like we were really hard at work putting on the best possible production. You can't beat a Sammy Joe production subculture. You just can't beat
Production.
it. Nothing comes
That was
close.
a
I'm sorry.
production team. So,
Definitely.
let's talk about it, bro. They don't want to talk about it. We here to talk about it. Why are we here to talk about it? Because we called out. Not talking about.
I know
So we
exactly
talk
what you're
about these
talking about.
enhancements, right? These enhancements and taking these chances to get into places, for fame and success.
Facts.
What you know about enhancements, Marcus?
Enhancements. They if you catch if people only knew what they were getting into and knew about the natural and knew about the standard,
Sorry,
maybe
sorry,
they wouldn't be as enticing.
sorry, brother. I don't feel comfortable speaking about this without giving a moment of silence for the people that have actually passed away, um, in reference to the things that we're talking about. So I guess a 10-second moment of silence for all of those that passed recently.
That's respectful.
We're gonna give a rest in peace to George Peterson, Megatron, previous Olympia 2018 winner, Megatron Sean Roden. Who else we got, Marcus? It was another recent one. They've been so many, it's just like hard to keep up.
It's been quite a few, man, and it's definitely hard to keep up. A lot of the guys who were once like really super relevant, Olympian back-to-back years as far as being in that top 5, top 10. A lot of guys are just John Meadows.
Yeah.
You know, he was one of the big ones. A lot of guys, a lot of respect. You know, but this is what we do. It's sport, and we're here to talk about it. Like what can be done, about this. Why is this happening? I think that's more of a better conversation. How and and why does this happen? Um, George Peterson. There we go.
212. He looked great too. That one, it hit home because I kind of knew George. George is over from the city. I had big expectations of him for actually taking the 212 this year. And I knew all that was in his head was winning,
Hmm.
winning and doing whatever it took to win.
Hmm.
In my opinion, if you would have told George, don't eat today, he wouldn't have ate. In my opinion, what led to his demise was one of the things leading to his demise were things he was putting into his body. And all of these articles that I read, I don't see them telling people this person used steroids, and because they used steroids, their heart got bigger and they died. I I see them covering it up opposed to exposing what's going on so other people can tell this is not healthy, bro.
Hmm.
It's
It's
not safe.
Yeah, and a lot like our sport across, a lot of sports. It's not only, the it's performance enhancing, it's not only steroids, but also the diuretics. That's super dangerous for anyone. I mean, diuretics is enough problem for people who need diuretics. If I was working using my dietitian license and working in the hospital, I mean, we have to really manage people's health and monitor their health when they're on diuretics. We're taking daily weights of people who are on strong dosages of diuretics, let alone a normal person who really doesn't necessarily need it. Could you only imagine, what's going on, internally in their body? So all of these things come full circle, and it's not our sport, but you can even take football, for example, with the helmets, the concussion protocol. These are all things that come along with the sport, but specifically dealing with bodybuilding, we all get I tell everyone, even my clients, everyone gets to choose how well they're going to treat their bodies, period. um, it's a choice that we make. We all know that there's risk factors in intact, but the real question, Chris, that I ask you, why do you feel that is maybe one of the standards, or why do you feel like it's so prominent, and why do people go that route and stay that route? Why do you think that is?
So, for one, the IFBB is the mainstream bodybuilder. Our boy Joe Lacera, he posted, something the other
Rep
day,
Keith.
Keith, it caught my eye, on Facebook, and he was expressing how mainstream bodybuilding is not actually us, the natural bodybuilding. And this is the only sport that's like that. The mainstream bodybuilding is the IFBB, and those are the ones who are enhanced. So we have to specify us being natural. It really doesn't look good. Mainstream is what they want to do. Everybody wants to be a little famous, right? Everybody wants to be
Facts.
famous. Everybody wants, the glory. They're going chasing the IFBB. Now, when you're going into the IFBB, you get your MPC, you get the pro card from the MPC, and you become an IFBB pro. You're looking at the top pros, and you're looking at guys that have, what would look like years of muscle maturity on you. And you're given the option to take a shortcut. And most people are taking the shortcut so they can skip the hard work. And they don't understand that shortcut. Young men out there, just like the quote posted up there, steroids are no joke. This is a personal decision that everyone has to make. I'm not your dad, either is Marcus. These are Rich Ferocious roads. Actually, so an article that
Mm.
actually an interview he had the other day. He's someone who admits to using steroids in the industry because, a lot of them don't publicly admit it. They give the illusion that they get these big old muscles by just working out hard in the gym and taking supplements that they don't even take. But in all actuality, it's steroids. Rich Ferrucci, he actually spoke about it, and he's trying to let people know this can hurt you. Like, this can really
Sure.
hurt you. The news outlets, I guess, the industry would do really badly if it was exposed that we're making money or we're causing entertainment by having these guys risk their lives. That's like Squid Games, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, that's why I love the entire platform that we have for natural bodybuilding. Why? Because we get to show the world, we get to show the viewers, we get to show the fans that these physiques are obtainable in due time. When I think about guys, and I ask a few people that I know, be in hands that I've, questioned or whatever the case may be, what is the reason that you do this, and it's to get gains. I see my buddy over here, they're
Get
going 4 or 5 times as fast as I am. I want to grow like that too. So we are risking our lives for the appearance of, we are risking our lives. People are willing to risk their health for the appearance of gains, for the appearance of results. Uh, nothing
for the
makes me happier
likes,
when I get,
for the comments,
yes, but you get the
for the
comments.
transformations that aren't really transformations,
Sure.
for the looks. They're looking for the sponsors. They're looking for, them to be fitness influencers. And because the role models are your Andre Fergusons and your Raymond Edmonds and your George Petersons, they're looking at their successes and not learning from the failures. They're not learning when people can't work in the bedroom. They're not learning when they can't even walk. They're not learning when their whole body gives up on them. They don't know what's going on. They're in the hospital and certain nerves aren't working anymore from pinning the wrong way. They're not exposing what's going bad from the things that they're doing. All you see is these guys winning Olympia. All you see is these guys, on a supplement container, and you see these big old muscles, and you don't know what they're doing to get these big old muscles.
Sure. I just see it. I
It's,
see it clearly like this. This is fitness should be and is a healthy sport. Facts. Period.
that's it.
Bodybuilding is a part of fitness, and this is health. It's longevity. It is, uh, quality of life. This is everything encompassed in one. Natty is the way simply because of your quality of life that you're able to achieve, that you're able to gain, motivate others to do the same. Nothing makes me happier when I get a DM and says, "Thank you. This pushes me that Natty is the way." Facts. I get those
Every
all the time. So thank goodness for Called Out. Thank goodness for the platform that we have to actually get in an environment and get this message out there and show people that we have a platform. All these amazing athletes that we just saw posted up on the screen here. We're talking about the top level athletes in natural bodybuilding. With due time, we look just like the guys who may be in hands, maybe just on a different scale, but we look just as good as a standard. When we're the standard, we look
we
just
are
as
the
good.
standard. They look like freak. It's not freaks, I'm not hating. Like, I don't want it to make it seem like, oh my god, because I'm a bodybuilder. I would want my muscles to look like that, but I know I can't. It's like I know I can't.
Let's Sarah, you got it, man. Sarah.
So, like, we are the standard, and they're like superheroes, and they're using like the bad juice to be
Thank you, Jay.
superheroes. You seen the Flash, man? They're using like dark matter. They're using dark matter to be superheroes instead of just being the Flash, bro.
Sure. Yeah.
You don't get the analogy, man.
Yeah,
So
I get I know
yeah,
you you're on it, Chris. You're on it.
Because so another thing I talked about, right? We seen it. I think me and you talked about it already. I seen it on the Facebook when they were talking about, they tried this before. Like, why didn't it work? Man, when Vince McMahon had bodybuilding, it didn't work because of drugs. It's like they didn't know guys could look like Marcus on the stage naturally.
Or Showtime
Like,
Keith or
exactly. It's like
Marion
you
Cook.
didn't like Marion Cook, like Eric Shelton, like Warren House. You didn't have the calibers of athletes that were competing and actually looked good. So when they were given the opportunity to throw a show that did flop and sell about 3,000 tickets, the only reason it sold 3,000 tickets because you had a whole bunch of people on Herbalife and on the stand. Like they on the stage and they look like they don't belong, so nobody wants to watch it. So
Facts.
if everyone looks good, it's more entertaining. It wouldn't fail. So I think everybody, we want to stop looking at problems and start looking for solutions on how to better the sport. My opinion, that live streaming is a good way to go. That
Absolutely.
commentary is a good way to go. Having
Absolutely.
athletes like Marcus Harris, that's a good way to go. We need representatives and brand ambassadors of the sport that highlight how good we can look, naturally, that can show up to the Yorton repeatedly and keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. And I have to go out of their realm to compete with other people that's come up and coming. You need a person that's respectable, commendable, right?
Sure. And
What
that's
we
all
call
a
you?
part. That's all a
You're a
part of the
gentleman and a
process,
scholar,
man.
right, Marcus?
Yeah, hey, that's all a part of the process. I mean, and I mean, you bring that point up, just to come back to back. Maybe, obviously that's probably one of the reasons why some people may feel, okay, this is the time now that I need to enhance because the pressure of defending. So if I did it this one time, if I dibbled and dabbled, maybe I can get away with it. Well, guys, you can run, but you can't hide. Eventually, you will get caught. Uh, so you talk about people who do decide they choose to go enhance. Well, guess what? There's a place that you can go to compete. Florida, the state that I live in, is a right to work state. You have the right to go work anywhere you want. You have a right to go compete anywhere you want. But naturally, you don't have the right. You shouldn't have the right to compete there when you are enhanced. So just think about that. If you are impatient or not liking the results that you're getting in the amount of time, get yourself a coach, let someone program for you, and let the results come. All right. So again, a lot of the pressures of defending could also entice a person to want to go the enhanced route.
Stop thinking this is it's a race. It's a marathon. It's supposed to be a marathon. It should be no life warnings, like no life threats on something that makes you healthy. I suggest working out every day to all of my clients. It's a part of like health. You want to work out. You know, it shouldn't lead to, okay, we're going to work out every day. We're going to get as big as we can, and then we're going to drop dead. Huh? That's just not too appealing, my
Not
brother.
health. Definitely not health. And you know what? Here's the deal, man. Shout out to organizations like the OCB for the random drug
Them
tests.
randoms.
The random drug tests in season, off season, sideways in the season, in the middle of the season, in the beginning of the season. You win in top three, you're gonna get your analysis right off the bat. And if you probably are at the top, you'll get a pop-up your analysis. So just to make sure that that playing field is even. Shout out to the USBF. They urinalyze everyone. I got information. They urinalyzed everybody. Gave a urinalysis to everyone before they stepped on stage. I'm like,
Yo,
what? Everybody got a
I'm telling
urinalysis?
put it like
Everybody
this,
got a
bro.
urinalysis. Holy smokes.
We need a new segment. It's called Dirty of the Day. If you're from New York, you know about the Breakfast Club. You got my boy Charlemagne. If you don't know about Donkey of the Day, look it up. You'll find out. If you're from Florida, you probably don't like Charlemagne because all he talks about is people from Florida. But yeah, we need Dirty of the Day. Because if we find out you're dirty, we're not gonna hide it. We just gonna be like, yo, what you think, Marcus? Dirty of the Day,
Oh
sponsored by.
man. Hey,
Once we get a
positive,
sponsor for Dirty
positive.
of the Day, it's over. We get a sponsor for Dirty of the Day, it's over.
You might have to
Think of
throw
it,
your
Dirty
throw
of
your.
the Day.
You might have to, we want to make some friends here, Chris.
I'm saying, I'm pretty sure I would want to know if somebody I'm competing next to was dirty. Because, all right, so say I'm in one organization, I pop up dirty. They're not telling another org. So I'm going to just go there. So, like, say I pop up dirty in, like, the NGA, and I just go, like, the OCD. Nobody going to know. The
That could be.
I
PNBA, they got,
I've seen it happen.
oh,
Wow.
oh,
So
I'm saying, so if you got a show like Cold Out and you got sponsored Dirty of the Day, well, it looks like, I'm looking at this information and it looks like you was disqualified and you're no longer allowed to compete. Step your ass up. It looks like you got Dirty of the Day. You know what I'm saying? What you think?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It'll
What you
it'll
think, man?
definitely, since the platform is to inform and keep people abreast, it will fall nothing short of that. People will definitely be informed and they'll definitely be abreast. You know what I mean? So
Would that be another deterrent?
no, that's straight facts. That's not a deterrent.
Not
You
that,
are just disqualified.
man. Yo, I
You
can't, I
shouldn't
can't, I
be
can't
here.
use because
Yeah,
they gonna talk about me on Called Out.
definitely.
They
Nobody
got
wants that.
You don't want to make
So
Called Out for that, brother.
yeah, but definitely a discussion. But before we leave this topic, man, is there anything that you like to say to say someone
Drug free is the
before,
way to be.
simple as that?
Simple as that.
Your life, your health. That's what I
No,
got.
no.
You get to choose.
My boy's pro-choice.
Hey, your life, your health. You get to choose, man.
You're
Choose
the
right.
president.
Natty is the
You're the,
hey. This is my thing.
you're,
Natty is the way.
you're the president, bro.
Yeah,
You're the
Natty is the
president.
way. Natty
There
is
we
the
go.
way. Natty is
Natty paved the way.
definitely 100%. Make no bones about it. Natty's the way. Period.
There's a few pages that post competitors that failed tests. Um, I feel if you fail that test, I feel like you robbed somebody. Honestly, I feel like that. Like that's a straight stick up. What if So like say I won like a very prestigious, like the USBF one, right? Say I just won 5 grand and I cheated. And the next person up won 2 grand. Somebody just stole $3,000 from you. They
Yeah,
might not have got it, but it's just a feeling, it feels good feeling like a $5,000 winner eating your cheeseburger opposed to your I only won 2,000. You know?
absolutely, man. Now, in that, I mean, with that said, with that statement, if you are cheating, meaning that you are posing as a natural athlete, knowing good and well that you're enhanced, you are 100% a cheater. You have taken someone else's memories. You have, um, you know, tainted that. You probably even an embarrassment to the organization, the promoter. We want clean athletes. We want people who are playing by the rules. That's what this sport deserves. The other competitors deserve the person who are competing and sharing that stage with them to be uh, straight and narrow. So shame.
Can we have a
If
poll?
you are not if you are posing as a natural athlete, you're not a natural athlete. Shame on you.
Shame on you. And we're gonna talk about it on Dirty of the Day. So can we get a poll? We gotta ask the people if they want that segment. I think we should have it. Can we get a poll?
The dirty of the day.
Dirty of the Day.
Oh man.
Yo, what's up with the last call, man? What we got going on for these last couple
Last
weeks?
call, man. As we know, there's a lot of movement that can still be moved. We got about 5 minutes here, Chris, before we shut it down. But
Hmm.
we got we got the natural uh natural Olympiad that's going to happen this week. We have this weekend. We have the universe, the NGA universe, that's going to happen this
Universe.
week. As well as you have a few more shows that's coming down for the last call to collect those points. You have Sandals. You have what is that? The NGA. There's another NGA show
East
that's
Coast, East
the
Coast,
East
Steel
Coast,
City. Yeah, you got Steel City.
Steel
You got
City,
the
NGA,
AMBFs,
AMBF
out in
down in
Key
Key West.
West.
hmm
You got the last show should be Atlas,
In the
the
Atlas, you got
GBO
the GBO
Atlas.
Atlas for sure.
You
So,
got WMBF World. So I'm gonna just break it down in order real quick, right? Because we got
hmm
a couple weeks left for action. It's looking like 3, 6, 9, or 10 shows left to close out for some points. So we got the PNBA Natural Olympia. We have the NGA Pro Universe. Those are going to be happening this weekend. Pardon me. The following weekend, we got about 4 to 5 shows. We
hmm
have the AMBF Battle of Staten Island. We
hmm
have the NGA East Coast Classic, the
hmm
NGA Steel Valley Classic,
hmm
the NPF Sandos, and the
hmm
WNBF World Championships.
Wow, we getting
Um,
busy.
the following weekend, the last two of the year, is going to be the GBO Atlas
Whoo,
and
can't wait for that
AMBF
one.
Key West Champions.
That's going to be
After
interesting.
that, we're going to get all the results in, we're going to formulate, and then we're going to release who are the leaders and the new sponsored athletes from our called out top 10.
Beautiful, man. I can't wait, man. Can't
Trying to
wait.
get a rundown. So we're gonna get a big shout out to ODF Fitness for holding down the women's physique. We're gonna give a big shout out to Pure Focus Sports Clubs, the only real gym around for holding down the bodybuilding guys. Let's give a big shout out to 2020 Nutrition, all your prep
Hey,
coaching, all your dieting, all your posing, man. You looking to get on stage? Go highlight 2020. We're gonna
that's
highlight our
cool.
guy. Big shout out to 2020 Nutrition for holding down our figure girls top 10. And the last but not least, we got Body Bags holding down the bikini top 10. So we're going to give a big thank you to all of the sponsors. We're looking forward to getting those lists together and to crowning some champions in the next couple of weeks. We also have a new athlete of the week pick, and you guys are going to love this one. We'll have that one posted by the end of the week. As soon as that one's posted, let's try to get that 1,000,000 to 1,000 likes, 1,000 to 1,000,000.
That's real. I love it, man. Hey, well, thank everybody for tuning in. As a big recap, shout out to all the champions from the USBF. Shout out to all the, even the top three guys. Shout out to all the people who made that an event. That was what was popping. You guys were popping this
Yes,
weekend.
sir.
Beautiful job.
And if you're still kicking it with us this long, what I want you to do is go to the YouTube. You're going to hit the subscribe button. You're going to hit the like button. You're going to hit the share button for the Soap Culture live stream. We appreciate y'all checking in with us. That calendar is almost done. That calendar is almost done. We'll have it out
Right.
as soon as possible. Send me a message, Rob. I'll send it to you as soon as I'll send it to you right now.
Right. And
But
if you
it
if
was
you're on
cool
the
kicking
fence
it
and
with
you're
y'all.
watching this on the fence, I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're on the fence. Keep in mind what we was talking about with the let's talk about it. Natty is the way. How you say it, Chris? What's
Drug
natural
free
is
is the
best?
way to be.
Drug
Drug free
free
is
is
the
the
way to
way to
be.
be. Drug
Yeah.
free is the way to be. If you had any ideas and keep your
My
eye
heart is
open.
still the same size because I played a part.
That's it. And for the last call, you got shows is popping up. Uh, get on IG. Let's follow the called out page and figure out where else you can collect some points. Thank you all for tuning in to Called Out. Appreciate you, Chris. Thank you, Sammy, in the
Yes,
background
sir.
on the ones and twos.
I'll see
So
y'all next week.
see y'all
Thursday,
next week.
same time next week.
Same time.
Y'all know
Cool
where to
deal.
catch us.